I would now like to hand over the stage to our next speaker. Please do put your hands together for Mr. Joel Anthony, Chief Executive Officer, Compass Group India. What a pleasure to have you amongst us, sir, and we're all looking forward to your segment.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity to share my thoughts on strategic initiatives in facilities management with this august audience. I think we had the day begin with Akash and Munish and subsequently the panelists who have kind of thrown very pertinent points and insights into what facility management should look like and what we as practitioners in the corporate real estate and workplace services arena should do to remain relevant. So with that, I will jump into my presentation. Now what we see is from volatile to brittle, from being uncertain to being anxious, from complexity to being non-linear, and from ambiguity to incomprehensible. That is VUCA to Bani. The world and the business environment has evolved in such a fast manner, in an unprecedented fast manner, and it continues to do so today. Recently, I came across this cartoon, and somehow it reminded me of what Darwin said many, many years ago. And I quote, "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one most adaptable to change," unquote. And the fact that we are here today is testimony to humankind's adaptive quotient or adaptability quotient, right, which made us survive and emerge resilient from the pandemic. And for this, we are eternally grateful. It was only about three and a half years ago when millions of office goers were sent home en masse. And still, companies and governments are struggling to survive or adapt to this stark reality of life. This is an interesting statistic. McKinsey Global Institute says that the return to office is a major problem, and it could erode up to 1.3 trillion US dollars from commercial real estate value by 2030. Now, this is something we seldom talk about. In the emerging post-pandemic era, see, most aspects of life have come back to normal. Moviegoers throng cinemas, vacationers jam airports, and students have gone back to the classrooms. But what is stubbornly fraught is the world of work. And how do we, as corporate real estate and workplace services professionals, impact the world of work is the question. COVID is a portal we walk through, and we are not going back. If you look around, working 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or work from anywhere, all this will remain. So again, the important question is, what can we do? Companies need to reinvent spaces and make them more flexible. Employees necessarily don't need to leave their hearts behind when they come to work. And towards this end, workspaces need to be designed that enable employees to leverage technology and collaboration tools. We at Compass firmly believe that behavior, which many of us has talked about, and experiences of people will ultimately shift if the infrastructure, the process, and the systems connect to give them a phenomenal workplace environment and user experience. Towards this end, while there could be many initiatives, the following four come to my mind as being foremost. The first is technology integration. We all know that technology streamlines operations, reduces costs, and enhances efficiency. However, keeping pace with technology is very, very challenging. You have Internet of Things, you have artificial intelligence, you have building information modeling, you have data analytics, smart building systems, and it is never easy. And to top it all, you need to invest in infrastructure and staff training to really leverage the benefits of technology. The second point is on sustainability and ESG compliance. Meeting sustainability goals and ESG criteria involves, among other things, tracking energy and water consumption, reducing carbon footprints, giving back to the community, and adopting eco-friendly practices. Now, while we have the science-based target initiatives which define and provide guidelines on scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, what we see is that on the left-hand side, there are companies who increase the emissions and then go ahead and offset it by buying carbon credits. There are other companies out there who really take the more arduous path where you are reducing the emissions in a very sustained manner, and it is only the extra credits which they buy out so that they are carbon neutral. But the interesting thing is that both these companies, or both these kinds of companies, call themselves carbon neutral, whether it is 2030 or 2050. The approach differs. The third point is around cybersecurity and risks. See, as the world gets, our facilities get more interconnected, there is a pressing need to future-proof facilities when it comes to data. Till date, our focus mainly was on European GDPR, but now we have the India Data Protection Act 2023 also to contend with. The last point is around health and safety. Many of us also heard this in the panel discussion just before this. Post the pandemic, health and safety protocol, together with wellness and well-being, have become a top priority. Monitoring indoor air quality, healthy food choices, well certifications, all have a major role to play when it comes to attracting and retaining employees as well as tenants. As CRE and workplace services professionals, these could be some of the strategic initiatives to showcase our continuing value to sit at the high table. Thank you so much.